Adar, let me come to you now, because the expectation is that we will continue to move higher when it comes to the pharmaceutical as well as the vaccine manufacturing story. We have, of course, positioned ourselves as the global hub of the world. But how much of the quality concerns, and there have been many in the last few months, how much of that has cast a shadow on the industry at this point in time, as well as the way that the industry is being viewed globally?
No, so there are these few isolated incidences which, of course, the regulator and others will take care of. Wherever you look at anything that's gone wrong in any industry, despite having the best regulation, highest level of regulation, you always have a few players who may not comply or may have some issues, and even that is yet to be investigated. I don't think there's a final conclusion on whomsoever had quality issues, was it product related or not. So I won't comment on that. But largely speaking, India's image, especially with the COVID crisis and before that even, as the pharmacy of the world, is very, very strong. Whether it's at Davos or any of these global events, you see the interest that we have. But I'll tell you one or two things that we need to do to continue that momentum, and it's very critical, especially now that China, Korea, and the African continent are also investing and having a lot of capital flow there to make pharmaceuticals and vaccines. We need to press on with the reforms that we have suggested to the government. Government's been very proactive. We've already made a lot of changes, like, the stockpile permission, so you don't lose 9 months between, clinical trials and research and then building up the vaccine stock or pharmaceutical stock. Reforms, and also building our supply chain in India. Especially the pharmaceutical industry has been dependent on APIs and imports from China. You're seeing a lot of investment now being made in India by domestic players to be totally self-reliant. And I think that's really going to change the whole way in which things happen. Of course, prices may go up a little bit as a result, but that's initial. And then, competition will take care of that. So I think these two things are very important for us to continue. And, to answer your point, I don't think anything's going to affect the India image, one or two of these incidences which then get blown out of proportion.